Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to the channel. I hope you all alright and sound and of course playing some awesome PlayStation VR games and as well waiting for the Walking Dead Onslaught to drop tomorrow, or maybe you live in Australia, my tomorrow is your today. The game, I think it's live in Australia, everyone else gonna get it after midnight. Nevertheless, let's just do the news. Today we're gonna talk about the Swordsman and its updates, what are upcoming, they quite cool. Also, we're gonna talk about Warfunder out of all games. As we know, this got announced for PSVR back in, I think, even 2015 and never happened, but now we've got some bits and bobs of more information, so we're gonna talk about this game and some more info about Resident Evil Village. So let's just jump into it, and we're gonna start from Resident Evil Village. As we know, Capcom held its events for the Tokyo Game Show. And sadly, there is some sad news. There was no information about PSVR support at all. They showed new footage of the game, they told us about the game, they revealed new details about this game, but only thing that was missing is the confirmation for PSVR support. Now, myself, as many of you, I'm starting to lose hope that this game gonna support PSVR, but also there is still bit of hope left, because Capcom said there will be more details about this game this winter, which will be after the PlayStation 5 will drop, so hopefully then Sony gonna come to their senses and start talking about PSVR like, you know, it's actual thing that people bought and want Sony to support. Because all we know that they gonna support it, but the wider message, the wider audience, the more casual audience, they just think that PSVR is, they don't know if they even can use it on PS5. That's how bad the communication was, okay? I'm gonna keep saying it, but nevertheless, Resident Evil Village in winter, I do hope that in the next information drop they're gonna tell us about PSVR support. For me, it's like, feels like it's must have, like it must be there, like it cannot be any other way, because of course Resident Evil 7 is one of the best PlayStation VR games, if not the best, and you know, it's one of the biggest as well, and it would be nice for the sequel to support PSVR also. Now, what else Capcom said is that they might be bringing this game to PS4 and Xbox One as well. It might not be the next-gen title after all, like with many games. It kind of seems like I spat all over myself. Seems like they told us that those big games gonna be only on next gen, just to buy next gen consoles, and now everyone, you know, pre-ordered it and everything. Now they telling us yes, okay, it might be actually on both. So I don't know. What I want to know is give me just this PlayStation VR support. That's what I want. That is what many of you want. So of course, as always, Capcom not telling us that, and it's sad, but also as always, stay tuned to the channel. I'm following this game very closely. I'm stalking the developers very nicely. They don't even know that I'm watching them. So as soon as I know anything, any new information, especially about this VR support, I'll be passing it on straight away, of course. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna talk now about the Swordsman, a game that some of you really like, a game that some of you really don't like, and a game that some of you really want to like, but sadly you can't because there is a bit too many bugs in this game. Now, the latest patch dropped, so the kick's working better. Also, all the crashes and stuff should be sorted now, and you know, like things not unlocking, that should be sorted as well. But also the developer showed us a very nice roadmap, and they've got some exciting things planned. So I'm just gonna tell you about some of them. Okay, I'm just gonna read it from my phone, and this is the confirmed task they working on. So weapons gonna be added, new weapons, and that's gonna be Axis, something what I was asked about in my comment section. Some of you wanted it, and it looks like the developer gonna bring it, and that's gonna be very soon. Also, they want working on advanced gripping, so basically your hand to hand, you're grabbing the weapons, so at the moment it's only one grabbing point. It looks like soon you'll be able to grab it from any direction, whenever way you want to do so. So maybe finally those big double-handed swords, you'll be able to actually hold them in both hands. Also, they're working on hand-to-hand combat and blunt trauma. So you've been asking me, can you punch enemies? At the moment you can't, but that will be added, and because they're working on that, they're gonna do like a blunt damage, so of course now you can only stab and slash, so there's gonna be some new mechanics added, and also they're gonna add blunt weapons, and also you'll be able to grab enemies, something I was asked about as well. Next thing what they're working on, what sounds pretty cool, think about it like fatalities from Mortal Kombat, they basically calling it finish him. And also they're gonna add some animal enemies, they're working on some challenges, they're working on new modifiers which is passive enemies, but also they're working on show the damage that you dealt. They're gonna add some new animations. As we know, the game got only those, I don't know, quite limited standard animation. They're gonna add some more. They're gonna add armor penetration thresholds, and also they're gonna do naked Swordsman. So basically your character just gonna be wearing boxer shorts for some extra challenge. You're gonna get no armors and anything, but you'll be able to move faster. Apart from that, they also considering some other features for the game. So the DLC gonna be called the Challenger. They thinking about dismemberment, if I said it right. So something what is very requested. You want to chop people's heads off, you want to chop their arms and legs off. So that's what they considering adding to the game. Also they considering adding new cultures, so Romans, tribals and tribal and Egyptians. They thinking about adding wrist weapons and new weapon types like spears. So they're gonna try to add training dummy and also work on durability, enhancement and some other extra features for the game. So the roadmap looks very nice. I know the game was buggy at the launch, they fixing it, I'm liking it like I said, but it's had kind of mixed reviews, so some people liking it, some people saying it's a bit too simple at the moment. But if you bought it and was kind of disappointed, then soon the game gonna be kind of more what you expected. And if you bought it and really liked it, then the game is about to get much better. Okay, anyway, moving on to the Warfunder information. This is a game that kind of been doing rounds at the early life of PlayStation VR. About 5 years ago, when PSVR got announced as Project Morpheus, Gaijin Games, the developer of Warfunder, said, yes, we're gonna bring the Warfunder to PlayStation VR. You'll be able to play it totally VR, all the game, the planes, the tanks, everything, it's be there. People got excited, but sadly the game never happened, they never cancelled it. They just stopped talking about it at all altogether. So maybe they even still working on it, I don't know. But they done little interview when they've been talking about, Warfunder on PlayStation 5. And basically they said they're gonna add tons of next-gen features. They said the generation leap is quite big. It's bigger than people actually think it is. So they're gonna be able to add a lot of stuff, and also a lot of stuff what they planned, in past that never happened. So my best guess is this stuff might be PlayStation VR mode. Of course, like I said, they stopped talking about it. They never cancelled it, but also they stopped mentioning it altogether. From what I heard when I've been reading news and trying to find out more about PS4 VR version, that it's something to do with the engine, that it's not supports in, of course, I don't know. So on PC to have VR, they're using the brute power of the PC machines. Of course, on PS4 they couldn't do it, but on PlayStation 5, because it's so much more powerful, keep in mind that minimal specs on PC to run it in VR, so the power is there. So they might just use this brute power to finally put this VR mode in Warfunder. So they kind of cannot rewrite the code. It's there, it's not very maybe most powerful code, maybe the one that's not scaling very good across the generations, but thanks to the increased processing power and graphical power, they might be able to finally do it. So all of you who's been waiting for Warfunder on PlayStation VR, do not lose any hope, because it still might happen. It might be, just after the PS5 releases, or it might be a while later, I don't know, but my best guess is it's gonna happen eventually. Okay, anyway, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does helps the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.